You're spending a few minutes every week untangling a bike that doesn't quite fit your commute, or walking the last mile because the range you thought you had ran out halfway up a hill. EUYBIKE's folding electric bike for adults that actually covers the distance you need would quietly erase that friction. The EUYBIKE folding electric bike for adults with peak 1000 watts. Motor sits in your hallway and waits for the ride you keep putting off. It's 48 volts, 20 battery, covers 40-80 miles per full charge, so a 20-mile round trip to the train station stops being a calculation and starts being a habit. The motor is rated 750 watts with a peak of 1000 watts, which is the kind of person who has already bought the cheap one twice and decided the third purchase should stop the cycle. EUYBIKE's 6-hour charge gets you there, and the removable battery design means you can top up indoors while the frame stays locked outside. Every folding electric bike for adults faces the same tension: pack enough battery and motor to be useful, or stay light enough to lift and store. This one chose capacity. The 48 volts 20A battery is the spec that makes that choice visible, and it shows. The 750 watts peak, 1000 watts brushless motor climbs 30-degree slopes without wheezing, which means the hill you've been avoiding on your commute is just another street now. Front suspension plus seat suspension absorbs bumps, and 180mm dual disc brakes shorten stopping distance even on wet roads, so the confidence to ride in rain stops being theoretical. The LCD display shows real-time speed, battery power, pedal assist levels, and mileage, which means you stop guessing whether you have enough juice for the return trip. 3 riding modes and 5 pedal assist levels let you match effort to terrain, and the USB charging port keeps your phone alive for navigation. Folded size is 102 by 45 by 80 centimeters, and weight is 65 pounds, which is the kind of person who measures twice before accepting a compromise. UL certification is the kind of safety signal you only notice when it's missing. Here is who this is not for: anyone who needs to carry it up 3 flights of stairs every day. At 65 pounds, the step-through frame is portable, but not light, so if your building has no elevator, you want a capability like a lighter frame or a smaller battery, not a brand name to chase. If your actual problem is range and hill climbing on a commuter route, that limitation is irrelevant, and you're not paying for capability you'll never use. If you're still here, you wanted the trade-off rather than the spec sheet, and this channel is built on that assumption. Reading the manufacturer's own listing, the question a careful buyer checks first is battery energy. The facts state 960 watt-hours, which implies roughly 8% more capacity than the 48 volts 20A figure alone suggests, and that gap is worth confirming before you buy. The listing stays silent on tire width beyond the 20-inch fat tire description, so if you ride snow or loose gravel, you should verify tread depth and pressure range before trusting all-terrain claims. The 48 volts 20A battery and 1000 watts peak motor are the durability signals that make the cheap version feel expensive in retrospect. EUYBIKE's pattern of buying lighter, weaker bikes that need replacing every season costs more in time and money than affording this once. The real question is not whether you can afford this today, but whether you can afford the cheaper option again and again. The link is in the description, so you can check what it is sitting at right now and decide if the time